our Zoom family, and now we're set. And so, welcome to the Monterey Center for Spiritual Living. Those who are joining us virtually in our Zoom room, those who are here in the sanctuary, and those of us who will be viewing the presentation this morning, our talk, our sharing on Facebook. We appreciate you, we thank God for you, and we welcome you to our Monterey Center for Spiritual Living. This morning, we are concluding the theme for the month of November, which is Breathe in the View. And by breathing in the view, we envision humanity awakening to its spiritual magnificence through its growth in consciousness. And today our talk topic is gratitude beyond gifts. Gratitude beyond gifts. In celebration of reaching each summit on our spiritual journey, we appreciate the view from a higher place in consciousness. This is the summit that we have arrived at, this expanded view and a higher place in consciousness. So in gratitude, we welcome the question, what will the next journey reveal? We anticipate, what is the next grand adventure that I am about to pursue? And so I have a little joke that I want to start with this morning. And I know that our treasurer and our tech team will appreciate the last element of this. And so this is a story about three bragging boys. That's a setup right there, right? Three little boys that are bragging about their dads. And so the first boy says, "My dad scribes a few words on a piece of paper. He calls it a poem, and they give him $50. And the second boy says, "That's nothing. My dad scribes a few words on a piece of paper. He calls it a song, and they give him $100. And the third boy says, "I've got you both beat. My dad scribbles a few words on a piece of paper. He calls it a sermon, and it takes 8 people to collect all the money." In both our New Thought and in traditional religious teachings, we find this element or this idea of living the mystical life. Living the mystical life is that which is related to the belief that there is something hidden, a hidden meaning in life, or that each human being can unite with God. And so living this mystical life experience, we cultivate a deeper gratitude for that which is seen, for that which is unseen, for that which is heard, and for that which is unheard along our path of becoming. And I read this statement a few days ago regarding the mystical experience, and it broadened my understanding. And it says, we gain clarity. Lies are loud. Lies are loud. The truth is silent. And so it is in the silence of our own hearts that we hear the truth with the capital T along our journey. And this truth is God is good, that life is good, and that everything we require is already provided for us. And so as we look a little closer at our topic for today, gratitude beyond gifts, I turn to our Science of Mind textbook. And Ernest Holmes writes this: "Gratitude is one of the chief graces of our human existence. It is crowned in heaven with the consciousness of unity." So gratitude brings us all together in a place of unity and experiencing a conscious awareness of our place in heaven, which is right here, right now, in this present moment. Through the practice of gratitude, we realize that our good has already been provided. We don't have to go out and look for it any place. We don't have to strive for it. We don't have to put a lot of effort into getting it. It is already provided. Therefore, it is more than a resultant emotion. It is a causative energy that reveals the ever-present abundance of the universe. Sometimes in our New Thought language. There are words that are thrown out there that resonate with those of us who have been studying these principles. And yet, I come across words like the two today, resultant and causative, that cause me to go back to the dictionary and see, okay, what is the meaning of this and how does it really relate to the topic of New Thought and metaphysics? And so I looked up the word resultant, and the resultant is a combination of two or more elements coming together that results in an effect. Causative, and Holmes uses the term causative energy. Causative energy is only one element, and that element is God, Spirit, Source. However it is that we describe this one power in this one presence. It is all that is required to reveal the ever-present abundance of the universe, because it is the ever-present abundance of the universe. In what we believe, Holmes also reminds us that heaven is within us, and that we experience this to the degree that we become conscious of it. So it is our awareness of the result of our expanded consciousness that creates the experience of living heaven on earth. We live our heavenly experience right here and right now. Also in Science of Mind, we teach that there is a power in the universe that is greater than we are, and we can use it. This power for good. We hear that often and often and often, that there's a power for good in the universe and that we can use it. And we use it because it is always giving to us. When we give thanks in advance, which is something that we talk about frequently, giving thanks in advance allows us to recognize the perfect unfolding of this power for good. We know that the highest and the greatest good for all concerned is manifesting under grace and in perfect ways, in all ways and at all times. And as we look at gratitude beyond gifts a little bit deeper, I offer 3 illustrations for you. And these illustrations I'm going to identify this morning as our calling as spiritual beings, the way we show up in the world. Our first calling is to be a beneficial presence. We gain clarity of our role as a beneficial presence in the universe by asking, what is mine to be or to do? What does the universe want to express through me? What does it want to manifest through me? And so we take that inward journey and we ask the question, what is mine to be or to do? What is the universe wanting to express through me? Gratitude places you in an energy field of plenitude, says Michael Bernard Beckwith. Glow with gratitude and see how awe and joy will make their home in you. And I know when I am fully aware of the gratitude, that which is in the visible and that which is in the invisible, there's a joyful being about my presence. I feel that there's sometimes a little bit more of a bounce in my step. And I'm not shaking the computer. I'm bouncing intentionally. I have a tendency sometimes to rest on the podium, and it causes the computer to shift. And so my tech team is always reminding me, hands off this podium. When there is clarity in our lives, when we recognize the beneficial presence that we are here for, our actions follow the divine wisdom and inspiration of Spirit. And we move with confidence through this phase and into the next phase of this journey. The second illustration I offer this morning is to give freely like the sun. Consider the sun. Consider the sun for a moment, and it's shining brightly here in Monterey this morning. The sun is continuously shining on us without asking anything in return. Expression that comes to my mind is the sun do what it do. It do what it do. Everything comes from God, and it is just being circulated, giving everything to everything. Think about that for a moment. Everything comes from God. It is a gift. It is a gift to everything, 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 everything at all times. Eckhart Tolle in A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life Purpose writes this: acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation of all abundance. Acknowledging the good that is already in your life is the foundation of all abundance. Give without attaching any conditions or expectations sets us free, both the recipient and the giver. When we give with an expectation, it is not a gift. You're engaging in a transaction because there's something that is desired or may even be requested in return. A gift is given freely with no strings attached. And the third illustration is to be grateful for everything. This sometimes can be a bitter pill to swallow, especially when life throws us those right curves or left curves or those boomerangs, or as I often say, when life happens, it's an opportunity to be grateful for everything. And I was thinking about that this morning. One of my great granddaughters' birthday is today. She's 9 years old. And I was just reflecting back on, with the great grands, the older ones, their connection with their great grandmother before she made her transition. And I'm going, okay, my wife died 5 years ago. Brooke is 9, so she had the experience of 4 years. So she probably has some memory of her great grandmother. It's just a little stroll down memory lane. And I was grateful for the fact that my wife had the experience of seeing 4 of her great grandchildren before she made her transition. And of course, selfishly, I wish she was here to experience the 2 that have followed and the 1 that is on the way. Being grateful is an act of trust. We look back knowing that all of the experiences, all of the people, and all of the events have been stepping stones leading us to where we are now. All of the people and all of the events in our lives have been stepping stones that have brought us to this place where we are right here and right now. And our awareness of these stepping stones allows us to practice gratitude in advance, which is one of the most powerful and creative forces in the universe. Be grateful for divine creative intelligence expressed in a multitude of ways working together. Let's consider this illustration. And just having completed the experience of Thanksgiving and sharing a meal together, I think this illustration may be relevant. When you prepare a meal, or even if you go out for a meal, do you ever think about and appreciate the incredible process required to make this experience possible? Beginning with the farms and the farm workers who grow and harvest the food. The people that are the machines that transport the food to its various distribution points. The various organizations that will acquire the food. The cooks who will prepare the meal. And if you're dining out, the kitchen staff, the waiters, and the other support staff that are part of the process. Or even if you're dining with family, the various assignments that family members have to contribute to the total experience, to the total process. If we think about this, this is an almost endless chain. It continues and continues and continues. And there's a lot of talk now about the supply chain and the delay in the supply chain. So goods and merchandise is being delayed in the cycle. And so this is another one of those situations of what I refer to as weapons of mass distraction. And so during this holiday season and the shopping, the the conversation and the enticement or the encouragement, if you will, is to shop early. Get your orders in early so that you have them on time. So this illusion of a shortage is being created. And many of us are buying into that. You know, it's like, hurry up and get your order in. Hurry up and get your order in. Make sure that you get it in time to have it for Christmas or the holidays. And of course, the vendors are participating in this also. Make sure you get your order in early. And the scarcity, the idea of scarcity is prevalent throughout this because there's a caveat. If you don't get your order in on time, then you might lose out. You might not get your merchandise. How fortunate, though, are we to have a variety of support continuously in every moment of our lives. And again, be grateful for everything. And so a few reminders as we bring this section to a close. Practicing unconditional gratitude leads to knowing that we are living in a whole and integrated benevolent universe that is working for us and is working through us. This is how it works. It works for us by working through us. It is always for us and never against us. Our level of consciousness manifests wherever we are experiencing our beliefs, and our beliefs determine whether we are suffering or thriving. And I don't know about you, but I like to err on the side of thriving. Suffering is not a part of it's not something that I handle well. I'll put it that way. And so it is with these spiritual tools that we have, by using our spiritual tools, that allows us to continually be in the awareness of thriving. Express gratitude for being available to serve and to be co-creators of the next step of our journey. Remember, it is our thoughts and our beliefs that co-create our experience. We are co-creators along with spirit. We have the gift. We have the gift of choice. We can choose to go the journey with gladness and lightheartedness, or we can choose to travel along the journey with sadness and sorrow. The choice is always ours. Expressing gratitude creates that opening for spirit to begin its work by manifesting more experiences. And our weekly questions for reflection, and I've asked our tech team to drop these into our Zoom chat room and to place them in the comments section on our Facebook page. Our questions for reflection this week are, how much do I trust the universe to fulfill my prayer request? How much do I trust the universe to fulfill my prayer request? What teacher am I most grateful for and why? And our teacher isn't always someone who has a spiritual designation or degree behind their name. Our teacher could be someone who's never heard of metaphysics, but lives the life of a mystic, lives the life of abundance and prosperity. So, what teacher am I most grateful for and why? And in which situations or places do I feel gratitude? And this feeling of gratitude should always bring a smile to your face. So in which situations do I in what situations or places do I feel gratitude? And our affirmation for the week is, I am grateful for everything I am, do, and have. And I invite you to respond with me by saying, I am grateful for everything I am, I do, and I have. Let us pray together. And so in this place of the awareness of the gratitude of the all-prevailing presence of spirit, that which moves and lives and has its beingness as the life of all that there is, I know that I am one with the source, and as this is my truth, I declare it as a truth for all people, all places, over the entire planet. Recognizing that there are many paths that we travel back to source. And it doesn't matter which path we travel, the intention is to arrive back home. And so as we travel this journey together, sometimes our paths will intersect, sometimes they will be vertical, sometimes they will be horizontal. And as we interact with each other along the way, we express gratitude for all that there is, recognizing that the abundance of the universe, the abundance of spirit, this ever giving and giving and giving presence is always available. The scripture declares that the kingdom is ours, that the resources of source, the being of all that there is ours. All we have to do is be open to receive and to appreciate and to be receptive. And it is through the experience of gratitude that we show our appreciation for the abundance. And as we show appreciation for the abundance, it continues to multiply and increase in every area of our life. Giving thanks for this time together, I speak a word of blessing for those who have submitted a prayer request and those prayer requests that are held within the silence of our hearts. Knowing that out of the silence, the Spirit reveals our next steps. And so we listen. We listen with the inner ear. We listen from a place of humility. We listen for understanding. We listen with compassion. We listen with love. We listen for the joy that is always around us. And the answer comes to us, it says very softly and very sweetly, I am with you always. You are my beloved. In you I am well pleased. And the I am is the presence of spirit that is expressing fully as each and every one of us. I speak my word of blessing for those who are desiring right living circumstances, right and perfect shelter, the right and perfect sustenance for the body temple, for the nourishment of the physical body as well as the nourishment of the soul. For those who are seeking right livelihood in every area of life that provides the resources to live the abundant life, knowing that the universe freely gives and gives and gives, and that each one is directed to the perfect outlet for the source of their sustenance and supply. I speak a word of blessing for those who are experiencing a physical challenge, those who are experiencing the absence of a loved one, the absence of an experience that has brought meaning into their lives. Wherever there is this feeling of absence, this feeling of the possibility of lack, I know that the universe is rushing in to fill that void, and it is filling that void with love and compassion. Love and compassion. And so as we continue on this journey, as we continue to recognize the stepping stones that have been behind us, as well as those that are laid out before us, we travel this journey in love, in joy, in peace, in friendship, and in fellowship. And so giving thanks for this and so much more, I release this word now into the law, which always says yes, and I just allow it to be. And if any of this resonates with you in any way, let us affirm it together by saying, and so it is.
Recording stopped.
And this is now our opportunity to participate in our gracious giving. For those here in the sanctuary, there's our giving box that is on our hospitality table, and I invite you to place your gift there. For those of you who are online, we will provide you with the screen that, that identifies the various ways to give. Before we do our abundance statement, I want to share with those of you who are part of our Zoom family and those who are viewing us on Facebook that we have the joy of doing our annual Santa project again this year. And we have 10 children that we are adopting and providing gifts for. And included in the number this year are teenagers. And so we have established a goal to raise $1,200 for our Santa project. And I want to thank you in advance for the loving way that you have contributed to and supported this project in the past. And so now let us share our abundance statement together. I recognize the presence of God within as a source of my abundance. Out of my abundance consciousness flows everything I could desire in life. Gratitude and thanksgiving, I now participate in the flow of uninterrupted abundance. Release this visible substance as an outer symbol of my inner supply into the physical world. This prosperous experience is evidence of my abundance consciousness. And so it is. And so the ways that you may donate to the center are mailing in a check, and the address is on your screen. You may text to give, and that number is on the screen. And also you may donate through our secure website, MontereyCSL.org. And for those of you who are designating your donation for the Santa Project, please include in the memo line or online that your gift is for the Santa Project, so that those funds will be designated and used for that project. And so I say good morning to our Facebook family that is joining us. We are grateful for you as always, and we welcome you to return next week, where we will begin our December series, The Journey of Becoming. And our talk title is Surrender in Action. Surrender is a word that some of us have some challenges with. And so let's see how this unfolds for us. So we say again, good morning, God bless you, and thank you.